Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class that I'm calling Ghosh Flow Yoga. We're going to follow the 26 and 2 sequence of yoga, but add in optional posture variations as well as optional sun salutations. Everything in it is keyword optional, right? So if something doesn't make sense for you or it doesn't feel right for your body, remember that you can modify. You can do something else or you can skip entirely. Yoga should be challenging at times, right? But you're never going to a point of pain, a point where you could cause harm to yourself or others. And the reason why it's called Ghosh Flow Yoga is it comes out of the lineage of yoga out of Calcutta, India. So 26 and 2 yoga, right? The guy that kind of popularized it was named Bikram, and Bikram's guru is a guy named Bishnu Ghosh. So we are honoring that Calcutta lineage of yoga as well as just having a little bit of fun. We're going to start with 2 rounds of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth. HA, stay on head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up the mirror on the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in your heels, hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, thighs tight, elbows touch. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up, even as you exhale, abdomen in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far, breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles under your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up, breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back, reach your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, elbows up, 6. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, full lungs, 6. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lungs empty, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale, take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements, elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So through the breathing exercise, we're learning to breathe a little slower, a little deeper, a little longer, full lungs. Exhale, head up. We're also working out the neck and shoulders, just your head drops back. No backward bending, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down so the lower body stays still like a statue. Shoulders down, chest up, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. Use your knuckles to push your head back. Head resists a little bit. Squeeze palms. wrists, forearms, elbows together. Inhale, head down, this is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale it up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. We'll continue with 3 rounds of Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, half moon with hands to feet pose that will flow into a little bit of a sun salute. I'll walk you through all of it. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head, sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. A little bit of warm up. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up and over. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush. Know where you have to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out to your nose. Let your breath be your guide. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, lean your upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest, like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Still breathing in and out through your nose. Weight is in the heels the whole time. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze your glutes, press your hips a little forward, feel the hips and pelvis opening to the front of your mat space. Squeeze your palms together, touch your biceps to your ears. Imagine you could lean your whole body against a wall behind you. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, so you're not dropping your head down. You're also not jamming it all the way back. Push your right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Left shoulder a little forward, 2 shoulders in line. Lengthen the arms, lock the legs, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, pull lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. Full spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Go down with a flat back, hinge at your hips, knees can bend. Hands to floor, drop your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. Keep pulling, keep stretching, roll forward, hips up, knees back. Okay, we're gonna come into a halfway lift. On your next inhale, change. Lengthen halfway. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins through the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway like you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra Pose with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can pedal out your knees, bend one knee, straighten the other, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead. Feels so good. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift, shoulders away from the ears, back flat. Slowly exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms to your ears, hands together, root your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Second set. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Imagine you could lean against a wall in front of you with even your armpits touching the wall. Weight in the heels, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Mouth closed, eyes open, focus forward. If your eyes are wandering, your mind is wandering, allow this to be some time just for you. Right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward, come down, push, and push, and push. Change. Inhale to come up, second heart opener. Deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back. Squeeze your tush, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Notice if the knees or elbows bend, lock your legs, squeeze your palms together up to the wrists, press your heels down, push your hips forward, push your hands back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, lengthen, stretch the spine. Exhale, fold, abdomen in, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. And second set, here we go, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, stomach in, eyes open. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Touch stomach to thighs, chest to knees, maybe face to the shins, maybe nose between the calves. Keep pulling, keep stretching, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your knees. Good, change, come up, halfway lift, hips over heels, back flat. Slowly exhale, fold, hands to floor, step back into your high plank. Let's hold the plank for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, lean forward, hug your elbows in, lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra, shoulders away from ears, chest proud. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. Now, if you're doing down dog, spread your fingers wide, reach down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. Slow inhale to your nose. Slow exhale to your nose. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears lift up. Exhale, arms down. Last one, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. This time, just your thumbs cross. Root down through your heels, lift up through your waistband spine, and slowly drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, stretch up, palms together, and drop to the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, back in, keep your eyes open, drop your head back, and go back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, fold. Right away, grab the backs of your legs, your heels, going straight into it, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs, lock your legs, lock your legs. Change. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor. You can step or float back. If you're hopping back, land with elbows bent. Keep lowering down. Inhale your up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels aren't touching the floor, you can try taking a wider stance. If your hamstrings are a little tight today, you can micro bend your knees to take pressure away from the back of the legs. Otherwise, press the thighs back, lift your hips up, push the floor away from you like you're pushing away a sagging ceiling. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly hold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right, about 6 inches hip width distance inside of your feet, perfectly parallel, like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight, fingertips active, abdomen in. Bend your knees, stick your butt out, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and then your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, fingers together, spread your toes apart for counterbalance. Now lift your heels up, come up, maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. Notice if your knees want to come in or out. Point your kneecaps and big toes forward, heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, last part, still breathing. Triceps tight, squeeze your knees, thighs together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time and listen to your body. You can stop whenever you want. You can always put your hands on the floor to help yourself in, or keep sitting down, and stop when there's still a little bit of a gap between your heels and your butt. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your chest, drop your shoulders, change, inhale to come up, knees together, not feet together, good. Change, arms down by your side, take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance. This time in the second set, if you'd like, you can have your hands together in heart center, or you can bring your arms up. I'll show us some optional variations of chair pose. Pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, stick your butt out, and sit back and down into a chair. Offer to stay right here, or take left elbow to outer right knee and start to twist. Try to take your hands, thumbs to heart center as you look up towards the ceiling. You can stay here with hands in prayer, or reach your arms up, right arm up, left arm down, 6 and 12 o'clock. Move your hips a little to the left, and then bring left shoulder forward. Good. Bring your hands back together in prayer. Unwind, other side. Take right elbow to outer left knee and start to twist. Thumbs in the center of the sternum. Look up towards the ceiling, option to stay here, or reach your arms up, left arm up, right arm down, look for your left thumb. Bring your hips a little to the right, and then peel the left rib cage back. Good, bring your hands together at heart center, unwind, change, inhale to come up, hands in prayer, spread your toes wide, lift your heels, stretch up, and if you'd like, bend your knees, and this time fold forward. You can take your arms behind you, palms facing each other, thumbs towards the floor, pinkies towards the ceiling, like you're squeezing a big beach ball behind you. Heels a little higher, sit down, fold forward. Change, balance challenge, keep your heels lifted, bring your arms up parallel to the floor, so heels stay lifted. Good, squeeze your knees, thighs together, and slowly sit down. The slower you do, the better you do. Whew. Stop when there's still a little bit of a gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. If you're sitting all the way down, you have healthy knees, and you want to test strength, balance, and control. Come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold. And change. Inhale to come up, slowly come up. Good, feet together, arms down. Optional sun salute. Inhale your arms overhead, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, you can step or float back, lower, down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a breath here. Inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up. Eagle pose. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm. Right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at your elbows. Again, if you can, at your wrists. Palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Hips into a chair. Shift your weight to your left foot and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right over left, cross, twist, and breathe. In and out to your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like rope, sit down, and lean back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Shift your weight to your right foot and bring your left leg over your right leg. Cross, twist, and breathe. This side might feel a little or a lot different. It does for me, and that's okay, right? Yoga is not about like symmetry. You can do all the yoga in the world and your two eyes will never be the same shape. So rather than being obsessed with like our right and left equal, it's just a journey for self-realization. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Second set, let's try arms and legs at once. Swing right arm, under left arm, right leg over left leg at the same time. So feel right under, right over, send red rover over. Push your left hip a little forward. What a scarring day. 2 hips in line, right shoulder a little forward. You want elbows over knees. You can stick your butt out a little bit, bring the weight into your heel, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring left arm under right arm, left leg over right leg. Breathe. Bring right knee a little to the right, left knee a little to the left, right elbow to right, left elbow to left. Feel deep compression running down the center line of your body. Sit down and lean back. Good, change feet together. Inhale your arms over your head, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back, keep lowering down. Inhale your cobra or up dog. I'm gonna do cobra this time. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. I'm gonna do child's pose this time. So with our sun salutes, right, you can always do like one in down dog, one in child's pose, one in plank, one in tabletop, right? You don't have to do the exact same thing every time. Reach your arms forward, push your hands down, good. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears lift up. Exhale, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water here if you want. Cheers, friends. I also want to demonstrate, especially for folks with wrist or shoulder injuries, sun salutes can be a little bit intense. There's a thing called a half sun salute. It's a really nice alternative, and you can do one or two of them while everybody else is doing a full sun salute. I'm going to show you two from the side. You're welcome to join me or just watch, but this is a nice alternative. Anytime you have like shoulder or wrist injury and like down dog and all that stuff is just not for today. So you're going to stand with your feet close together. Inhale, arms overhead. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. We'll do another one. Inhale, lift arms. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. So that's a nice little alternative that you can do if that like the lowering down and the plank and all that stuff is just not working today. Cool. Next, we're going to do the balancing series where we're going to balance on one leg and move our spine in different directions. We're going to start with standing head to knee pose, and we're going to flow that directly into standing bow pose. And we'll do that on both sides. Okay, shift your weight to your left leg, big toe points forward, lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up, you can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here the whole time. When you're ready, start to round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no need. You can stay right here, or when you're ready, inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower. Standing leg locked. If both legs locked, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, straighten your arms, bend your right leg, come up to standing. Point your right toes, bring your knees together. Right hand up, out to the right. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up, right hip down, knees together. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward, back bend. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Standing, bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. At first, just find a place where you can balance, breathe, and bend your spine. When you're ready, come down parallel to the floor from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Body down more, leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control. Kick yourself up. Let's do the other side. I'm going to show you from the side. Shift your weight to your right foot, squeeze your right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back the whole time, abdomen in. Option to stay here, stretching up, or when you're ready, round down, and eventually pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing leg solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. When you're ready, inhale, slowly lift your left leg up. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up a lot and pushing your knee back a little. So your knee is over your ankle, but you're not hyperextending the knee joint. Kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If both legs lock, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles, bring the chest down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscle. Heel forward, hip forward, toes back, change. Straighten your arms, bend your left leg, point your left toes, knees together. Bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back and pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with index finger, right arm up and back, left hip forward, knees together. Lift your right knee back, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. So in standing head to knee pose, we rounded our spine, compressed our abdomen, and flexed our kicking foot. In standing bow pose right here, we're bending our spine, stretching our abdomen, and pointing our standing foot. In both postures, the fingertips are active, standing leg is locked, you're lifting the kneecap. Charge your body forward, relax your left shoulder back, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe. Maybe let go of your foot. See if you can keep the foot in place. Good, and change. Take your time as you come up. Okay, point your right toes, knees together. Let's do arms and legs at once. Ready? Right arm back, left arm up. If you want, you can touch your right foot closer to the big toe rather than the ankle. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toe, stretch up, and see how hard you can kick, how high you can kick before you come down. So the more you kick up and back, the more back bend you get. Slowly body down, leg up. The harder you kick, you can balance rubber, left shoulder forward. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Oh, kick yourself up. Okay, last set, here we go. Shift your weight to your right leg, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh. Lift your kneecap, squeeze your butt. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down and pick up your foot. So you're using the muscles in your standing leg to keep the bones and joints stable. Breathe. Relax your face. Then when you're ready, lift your left leg up, heel forward, toes back. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Maybe let go. If you re-interlace fingers or let the leg go, eventually leg stays in place. Good, change. Slowly come up. Point your left toes, bring your knees together. We'll do both arms at once. So right arm up, left arm back, maybe catching your big toe rather than your ankle. Lift your right kneecap, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. So cardiovascular part of class, but you're still breathing. Relax your jaw, lift your chin, keep your right tricep tight. Charge your body forward and come down. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, tooled in Asana, balancing stick, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. So in the balancing series so far, we rounded the spine, we did a back bend, so now we want to stretch the spine. Step your right foot forward like you're on a balance beam. Shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down. Take your time. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back and stretch up. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, stretch up. Point your right toes, and when you're ready, tilt like a slow moving seesaw. Abdomen in, touch your biceps to your ears, right hip down, right foot to the right, chest down, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. You can do a second set of balancing stick, or we can try another fun posture called split arm. It's a little bit like the standing splits with a back bend. I will show you from the side. Inhale, arms overhead. This time just palms together, cross your thumbs, lean back. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, tilt. Once you're parallel to the floor, you're gonna keep coming down. Split your arms out and back. Lift your left big toe all the way up to the ceiling and look forward. So stomach to thigh, but you wanna keep your chin and chest lifted. Lift your left leg up, lock both legs. Change, left foot down, arms up, palms together, right foot back, lean back. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, point your right toes, and when you're ready, come down, slow with control. Once you're parallel, split your arms out and back, look forward, back bend, belly button to thigh, lift your right heel all the way up to the ceiling, chest down, chin forward, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, optional sun salute, inhale, lift your arms up, look up, slowly exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, you can step or float back, keep lowering down, inhale your up dog or cobra, exhale, down dog or child's pose, heels to floor, hips to ceiling, inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose, inhale, look forward, you can step or float forward, lengthen, slowly exhale, fold, inhale, reach your eyes, lift up, exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. If you'd like, you can pivot so that you're on the long side of your mat. Standing, separate leg stretching, you can point your toes forward or turn your toes in, block your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Stick your butt up, all the way down. If you're sweating a little bit like I am, this is a great opportunity to catch your breath. You can grab your heels. If you can't grab your heels, you can grab the outsides of your feet. You can also start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. You want your hips over your heels. Lift your hips up, press your knees back, squeeze your quads tight, block your legs, keep pulling, keep stretching, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come on up, take your time. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. You're welcome to do a second set of stretching, or you can try another fun posture called yogi squat. It's called garland pose, mutasana in Sanskrit. So for that one, you're just gonna step your right foot to the right, anywhere between 1 to 3 feet. So this all has to do with the proportion of like your hips to your knees, to your femur, to your ankle, depending on like how wide your hips are, etc. A bigger or smaller step might help you out. From here, we're just gonna fold forward, put your hands on the floor. Turn your toes out and your heels in. Heels in, toes out, so your feet make a V. And from here, bend your knees and sit down. Now for my body proportions, a smaller step works. But for some folks, you want to have like 2 to 3 feet between your feet. At first, maybe you're leaning forward with your heels off the floor, and this is a great place to be. Eventually, over time, you're going to press your heels down and sit up tall. You've got your heels on the floor, bring your hands together, push the elbows out to open the hips. And for my flexi folks, you might even turn your toes forward eventually so the insides of your feet are parallel. This is a great hip opener. This is how a lot of the world like hangs out, right? Sits by the side of the road. This is how a lot of the world eats and even uses the bathroom, but a large amount of Americans cannot sit like this. And it's something that you can do like while you watch the TV every night for a minute or two, and eventually it adds up. Okay, bring your hands back down to the floor. Lift your hips up, turn your toes in if they were turned out, so your toes point forward. Put your hands on your hips and change. Slowly lift yourself up. Very nice. Right foot back. Okay. Next, we do a 26 and 2 version of triangle trikonasana, a deep lunge. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a half inch more, maybe left toes in a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees, and then sit as low as you can. Lean back and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side wall. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Use your right obliques to lift up. Turn. Twist upper body back like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Block your left leg. Keep your left foot. Plow on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. You want your knee over your ankle, not to the right of your ankle. Sit low, lean back like you're leaning against a wall behind you, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Cover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Look up, stretch up. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Drop your right hip down, push your left knee back. Now bring left rib cage forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Option to do a second set of 26 and 2 style triangle, or you can join me in a more vinyasa style of triangle that we will flow to a posture called Bird of Paradise from the Ghosh lineage of yoga. Okay, inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your right toes out. Keep both legs locked. Move your hips a little to the left. Stretch your body to the right and start to fold forward. Left arm up, right arm down. You can have your right hand on your shin, your ankle. Eventually you have the hand on the floor, either in front or behind your foot. Look up towards the ceiling and stretch the crown of your head to the right side wall so you have a nice long angle from your hip to your neck. Look up for your left thumb, feeling this nice stretch in the inner right thigh. Option to stay here or float a bird of paradise. Bend your right knee. Take your right hand in between your legs. Try to like pat your own butt. Okay, reach your left arm behind you. See if you can catch hands together in a bind and lock your feet together, which is a very awkward process. I know. Try to shift your weight to your left foot, heels touch. Press left foot down and start to lift your body off the floor. If you can sit all the way up, which doesn't always happen, then you can kick your right leg up and eventually both legs lock. Hips forward, chest back. Sorry that I did a woo there. Sorry if that threw anybody off. Feeling a little wobbly today. Okay, when you're ready, you're gonna bend the right knee again, put your right foot back down on the floor, right big toe points to the right, take a wider step, reversing out, undo the bind, right arm up, left arm down, lock both legs, change, slowly come up. Turn your right foot out, left toes in, pardon me, right toes in, left toes out, words are hard, other side. Move your hips to the right, stretch your upper body to the left, and come down, left arm down, right arm up. You can have your left hand on your shin, your ankle. You can also have it in front of your foot. Look up, stretch up, feeling this nice stretch in the inner thigh. It's also a really nice way to lengthen your neck. If I ever have like neck pain, I'll often do this posture. Really good for stretching out the neck. Option to stay here or bend the left knee. Take your left hand in between your legs. Try to pat your own butt. Drape your right hand behind you. See if you can catch your hands together in a bind. Walk your feet back together. Try to touch your heels together. Shift your weight to your right foot and lift up. If you can lift all the way up, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. And if you're familiar with the flower bird of paradise, you can kind of see why this is called bird of paradise, right? Lock both legs, press your hips forward, lift your chest up. Good, when you're ready, bend the left knee again, put your left foot back down on the floor, take a wider step, undo the bind, lock both legs and change. Slowly come up, left toes in, right foot back to the place, arms over your head, arms down. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Vikatapada, Janu Sharasana. Inhale your arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, a generous step, be generous with yourself. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. If you're on the long side of your mat, you will face the back of your mat. Turn your back left toes in, push left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, back your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down. Chin to chest, abdomen in, touch your forehead and knee together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your right front foot, right hip up, left hip forward, 2 hips in line. Throat choked, eyes open, stomach in, jaw relaxed, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee real quick, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up, relax. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room or the front of your mat. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward. Make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross. Right hip forward a little bit more, stretch up, your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down, round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave. Touch your exactly forehead and knee together. So to touch your knee and head together, you can always try taking a wider step. You can bend your front leg more, turn your back toes in more to press the right hip forward. Tuck chin to chest, eventually push forehead and knee together, but you're never forcing your body. If this feels like it's tugging or pulling on your back in a not pleasant way, flatten out your back a little bit, especially if you have a history of slip disc. Rounded spine postures are one to be careful of. Doesn't mean you can't do it just means you want to go slow. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together first. Change, slowly come up as if you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps of ears, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down. You're welcome to do a second set of head to knee, or you can join me in what's called pyramid pose. So I'm gonna show you real quick. At first, maybe just hold your hands behind you, or eventually start to tent your fingers, bring the hands in prayer, and if that's easy, see how high you can slide your pinky fingers up your spine. Okay, step your right foot to the right, pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward rather than rounding your spine, stretch up and fold with a flat back, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, maybe chin to chin or nose to chin. Option to stay here or interlace your fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lift your arms up and forward for a nice shoulder rinse. Squeeze palms together. You want to feel a nice stretch on the back of the right hamstring and even the calf. If you have your hands up and forward in a shoulder rinse, bring your hands back to your lower back. Lock both legs, hands together. Slowly lift yourself up. Left hip forward, flat back as you come up. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to show you from the front. So if your heels are crisscrossed, it's really unnecessarily hard to balance, right? Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in, press right hip forward, stretch up, and go down flat back. Stomach to thigh, chest to knee. Imagine you're going to hook your rib cage over your knee. Chin to chin, nose to chin, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your hands up and forward. Actively press your left foot into the floor for balance. The weight is further forward. Push left big toe down. If you have your hands up and forward, bring your hands back to your lower back, hands in prayer. Lock both legs, chin away from your chest, change. Slowly press your hips forward to come up with a flat back. Very nice. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Optional sun salute. This is the second to last one. Inhale your arms over your head, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Maybe if like you've only done child's pose, maybe you do up dog, down dog. You've only done down dog, maybe you do child's pose, right? Just kind of switch things up. Big part of this class is just the idea that variety is the spice of life. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down. Good. Hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat if you're not there already. For our hip opening series, the next couple postures, we train our hips and knees to sit in lotus pose one day. This is our version of tree pose. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Eventually hold onto your foot from underneath with your hand, heel to costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Right hand up, if you can balance left hand. This is option one. If you want to play around, take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you. Reach behind you, see if you can catch your right big toe with your right hand for a bind, right hip forward and down. This is option two. Option three, you can fold forward, either still holding onto that foot or hands back together. Toe stand, Pada Mutasana, hands to floor, shift your weight into your arms like you're gonna do a handstand, lift your left heel, bend your left knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either side of your hips, point your right toes, make sure you're having fun. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up, palms together. If you want, try kicking the right foot forward and then pulling it back in. Maybe you fall out, maybe you don't. Whenever you're ready, you can put your hands on the floor in front of you. You can come up on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor, lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh up, lift your left leg up, heel to costume, let your left knee drop. If you're dealing with a hip or knee injury, Sometimes this is a really great place to be, right? You don't have to lift the leg all the way up. You can bring one or both hands together. If you want to play around, take your left arm out to the left, palm faces the wall behind you, reach back, pick up your left foot with your left hand, left hip forward, left knee back. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand, maybe still in the bind or maybe with hands in prayer. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Whether you're in tree or toe, really think about stretching up. You can bring one or both hands together. Maybe pick your left foot forward. See if you can slide it back. One day I'll get it. When you're ready, hands to the floor. You can come back on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Change, left leg down, optional sun salute. Last one, inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, keep lowering down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Last one, it's like your victory lap. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Slow breath in. Even slower breath out. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Honor yourself. Give yourself high five, fist bump. Turn around, Savasana. We are on the floor for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust my camera angle a little bit here. Whee! Okay. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together. Let your toes fall open. Arms down by your sides. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes open. Mouth closed. Breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. So 26 and 2 yoga, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises comes out of a greater sequence of 84 postures by Bishnu Ghosh. And in the 26 and 2 sequence, you'll notice that there's series, right? Like the spine strengthening series, the hip opening series, the balancing series, right? Same thing in the 84, there's just more series. And some of them are like there's literally a series called the leg breaking series that I'm happy to tell you about after class. It's kind of bananas, right? You don't need to be able to do like all 84 postures to have like a healthy body or like a good yoga practice, a sound mind. Bikram, for all of his flaws, I think also was very good at picking out postures that were challenging for everyone, but also accessible to anyone, right? Where we can do modifications. So that's where the 26 and 2 sequence comes out of. And a lot of the different posture variations that we're doing come out of the 84 sequence. Another couple things to keep in mind, the 84 sequence is actually in a different sequence. So for example, you do like triangle pose before you do standing head to knee in Vishnu's yoga class. So we stick with the 26 and 2 lineage, but we do some other fun things. If you're ever interested in doing the full 84, it's a little bit hard to find these days, but I'm happy to keep you in the loop if I, find a class and a teacher that I think is good for that. And the last thing I'll suggest is for those of you that have studied different lineages of yoga, yoga is both ancient and it's also a living tradition, which means that things are constantly changing. And one of the things that I found when I look at, for example, like the Ashtanga lineage of yoga out of Mysore versus the Bishnu lineage of yoga out of Kolkata, they have similarities, but sometimes like you do postures in different orders. And I've realized over the years that as sacred as this practice is, at the end of the day, sometimes the postures we do or the sequence we do them in, were simply the preference of some dude who was like, it makes more sense to do this posture first than this one, right? So all that to say, if you ever see or hear something in class and you're like, that doesn't make sense to me, it doesn't have to make sense to you, right? Because at the end of the day, all these lineages of yoga were just like people making choices about postures and sequences. So you can choose what works for you, take what works for you, leave the rest, but remember that we're always changing. So what works for you today might not work tomorrow. And what doesn't make sense for you today might make sense later on down the road. Havana Mutasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Look down the center line of your body, breathe. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, keep your left foot relaxed, right foot relaxed, unless your right calf muscle doesn't naturally touch the floor, then you can flex your right toes back to your face. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for practicing yoga today, good for you. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body, squeeze and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. You're welcome to do a second set of wind removing pose. Otherwise, you can join me in a supine figure 4, which is a really wonderful transition to try pigeon pose one day. Maybe that sentence made sense to you or maybe not. Bend, either way, it's okay. Bend your legs so your feet are on the floor, knees resting together. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right leg up, cross your right ankle on top of your left shin. So if you look down the center line of your body, your legs are making a 4 shape. From here, start to lift your left foot off the floor and hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. You can grab the outsides of your knees. I like to take my right hand between my legs and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Pull and breathe. So this is a really nice stretch for your right side seat. It's really good if you have sciatica or if you ever know someone who has active sciatica, tell them to do this posture. It's really good for stretching out, calming that long nerve that runs from the lower back down the leg. Release any grip you have on your legs. Bring your left foot down, right foot down, other side. Keep your right foot on the floor. Cross your left ankle shin on top of your right thigh. And then lift your right foot off the floor. Hug your thighs in towards your abdomen, remembering that this side might feel different. And in our self-realization journey, sometimes the victory is just noticing like, this feels different today, or this feels different from the other side. That's a wonderful place to be. Change, right foot down, left foot down, happy baby, lift both legs up, keep your knees bent, bring your knees, thighs apart. See if you can catch the outsides of your feet with your hands. So I like to have elbows inside of my knees, grab the outsides of your feet. And from here, you can rock right and left like a happy baby. Love all my friends with babies send me pictures of their babies doing this posture. And I'm like, yes, maybe as you roll to the left, you can straighten your left leg, come back to center. As you roll to the right, you can straighten your right leg. One day I'll send them a picture of me doing it. Probably not. Okay, once you've rocked back a couple times, so good for rolling out the back. Come back to the center, pull down, and release arms and legs down. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit-up, roll off to the side. Meet us on your abdomen. I skip sit-ups all the time. You're always welcome to. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head. Cross your thumbs, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up, round your spine, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay, turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series. I'm actually going to switch my mat so that I'm in for free. You can stay as you are. One moment, set change. Okay, from here, bring your chin forward, hands on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. This is Cobra Pose, Bhujangāsana. We're gonna flow the spine strengthening series. So we're gonna go from Cobra to Locust to full Locust to Plow, take a break and then do it all again. Knees, feet together, lock your legs, zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, push your feet down, look up and lift. Good, stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly on the floor, the rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent, we make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Press your feet, hips and hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Locust, Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. So thumbs outside, pinkies inside. Option to stay here or bring your arms underneath you as best you can, stretching out the tendons and ligaments. One day pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle. Half of 90, see the foot come directly over the top of your head. Lengthen and lift. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Press the shoulders down, spread the fingers wide. Squeeze your triceps, squeeze your right glutes, lock your left leg, lift your thigh up. Change, left leg down, third part, mouth on your mat, look down, nice long neutral neck. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide. I like to keep my hips and forearms in contact for leverage, like a seesaw. Mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward.
And lift both legs up. Come up, everybody, come up. You can do it. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Good. Change slowly, lower down. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings for full locust, Purna Shalabhasana. Feet together, toes, heels touch. It's the theme. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. So in Cobra Pose, we lifted the chest and kept the feet down. In Locust, we lifted the legs and kept the chest down. In full Locust, we're lifting thighs and chest off the floor at the same time. This posture is so good for strengthening your back muscles. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs. Grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers. So now we're connecting hands and feet for a deeper back bend. Point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up to the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Very nice, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. If you're leaning back, roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out to your nose, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Take a breath. Gently lift your head and look to the left, right ear on your mat. So all of these back bends that we do in the spine strengthening series have variations that are called in Bishnu Ghosh's lineage the full series. They're just more like full versions of the postures. And I will give us some fun alternatives in the second set, but keep in mind you're welcome to do the second set just as you did the first. Otherwise, chin forward, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders, and then walk your hands back 4 more inches so your thumbs are close to your lower ribs. Open your feet about mat width distance, lock your legs, press your feet down, squeeze your butt, hips and hands down, look up and lift. Now at first come up so your elbows are bent, triceps are tight, hug elbows in towards your hips. Option to stay here or push your hands into the floor and lift up. Okay, from here, notice if your hips are lifting up and your shoulders are tensing. You're gonna press the hips down, push the floor away from you, shoulders out of the ears, squeeze shoulders together, roll the shoulders back and down. Option to stay here or drop your head back, look back, really push your hands into the floor, squeeze your butt, keep your hips on the floor as best you can. Option to stay here or bend your legs and eventually touch toes and head together. When you're ready, feet back down to the floor, change slowly, lower down. Chin forward, locust, Shalabhasana, arm straight position, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can, chin forward. First thing we're gonna do here, tuck your toes under and just practice what it feels like to push your feet and hands back and slide forward, almost like a penguin sliding down an ice luge. That's what I like to think about. So feel that motion of everything sliding forward. From here, you can do locust pose like you normally would, or stick your butt up, walk your knees towards your fingertips. You'll notice that all of the weight is in my shoulders. I can talk normally. I'm looking at you, right? The weight should be in your shoulders, not your neck spine. From here, lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. And if you'd like, tuck your left toes under, lock your left leg, feel all of the weight in your shoulders, deep back bend. Left knee down, change, right leg down. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up, all the way up to the ceiling. Option to stay here or tuck your right toes under, lock your right leg, feeling the weight in the shoulders, not the neck. Right knee down, change, left leg down. Third part, you can tuck your chin, mouth to your mat to protect your neck, or you can try kicking up with me. I like to think about it like a tadpole. So you're gonna kick your feet up to the ceiling, look forward, point your toes, and see if you can lift both legs up. If you're doing the regular version of locust with the mouth down, try separating your legs for a second. See if that can get your legs a little higher, and then bring your feet back together. When you're ready, change slowly, lower down. Okay, very nice. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust, chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings. You can have your feet together, or you can keep your feet apart about mat width distance again. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet down, look up, and lift. Right, so now we're really opening through the chest. Eventually, you're gonna go back and grab your knees, thighs. If you'd like, we can try it a second time where you try to clap up. I'll show you. So you're gonna lower down, Bring your arms into a Y or a V shape. Keep your legs locked, and you're going to see if you can clap up and back. Go back, look back, lock your arms, lock your legs. Good, change slowly. With control, lower down, chin forward. Dhanurasana floor bow. You can do full bow with me if you'd like. Bend your legs, and this time, rather than grabbing your feet from the outside, see if you can grab your foot from the inside with your thumb between your big and second toe. Point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up and kick into your hands. Option to stay here, or you can try a fun shoulder rotation. Bring your left arm out and forward, right elbow out and forward, drop your head back, eventually head and toes touch. If you're in floor bow with me, we're going to release the feet one at a time. Release your left foot from your left hand down, look forward. Release your right hand and feet, right hand down, look forward. Change, slowly lower down, arms down, toes together, heels fall open. Look to the right, left ear on your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your head, look to the left, right ear on your mat. Send deep belly breaths in and out to your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Okay, bring your chin forward, hands to floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat for fixed firm Supta Vidrasana. We are also going to flow this sequence the same way that we did the spine strengthening series. So starting tabletop, open your knees, open your feet. And as you're ready, you can walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until eventually you sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through the lower body, but never a point of pain. So this is what we call the fixed firm series, where the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees are fixed firm on the floor for this posture and the next three. You'll notice that we'll go from knees and feet apart to knees and feet together to knees and feet apart. You'll also notice that we go from like back bending to stretching to back bending to rounding. So it's kind of fun to do them back to back and maybe make some connections. Put your hands on your feet, change, push yourself up. Come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together this time, hips on your heels. Now really stretching out the toes and ankles, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down slow with control. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. This is a great way to decompress your spine, especially after all the back bends in the spine strengthening series, the full series, and fixed firm if you went all the way back into that one. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, squeeze your feet together as you lift up. Now stand on your knees, Camel Ustrasana. Open your knees 6 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower lumbar spine. Thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Squeeze your tush, push your hips forward, lift your head, lift your nose, your chin. One day head drops back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Hips forward, chest up, head back. Change, put your hands on your back first, press yourself up. Bring your knees, feet together, hips to heels, Rabbit Sasandasana. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears and grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heel. Matrix moment, it's the same grip as camel. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So we go from spinal compression to spinal extension, which is one of the essential questions of Hatha Yoga. Can you go from a back bend to a forward fold? Grab your heels from behind, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, option to stay here, or lift your hips up and forward. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Grab your heels, squeeze your heels, lift your hips up, shoulders up, round your back. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, cut up last. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So from that very first half moon of hands to feet, when we go back, like arms back, look back, fall back, way back, and then we fold forward, grab your heels, pull and stretch, right? From that very first moment in the sequence, we're asking, can you go from spinal compression to extension? And it starts standing, right? And then we get deeper and deeper as the class progresses. It's pretty smart. Option to take an extra luxurious savasana, or you can join me for a core strengthener. I really believe that, especially if you're trying to do more like in-depth yoga asanas or deepen your practice, drills are kind of part of that. So if you'd like, bend your legs so your feet are on the floor, and then lift your feet off the floor, knees stay bent. So knees over hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit, pull lower abdomen in so you feel the lower back on the floor. Interlace your fingers, lift your head, and bring your hands behind the nape of your neck. From here, you're going to start to straighten your right leg to the back wall. Take right elbow towards left knee, looking a little to the left, and then pull back to center. Lengthen your left leg to the back wall, taking left elbow towards right knee. They don't need to touch, and then pull back to center. Right leg back, right elbow to left knee, come back to center. Left leg long, left elbow to right knee, come back to center. Then you can pick up the pace for bicycle kicks. Just feeling the core engage for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Change. Arms down and eyes open. In the 26 and 2 sequence, we do a lot of sit-ups, right? But in this sequence, we're not doing as many, so we do that little core strengthener. Speaking of sit-ups, you can roll off to the side or legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Enjoy the stretch. Okay, come to the top of your mat. Second set, we'll do some fun optional variation. Open your knees, open your feet. If first set was a walk in the park, maybe bring knees together. If first set was super tricky, try opening knees wider. As you're ready, walk your hands back. Eventually, sink your hips down and put your palms on your soles. Right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, lengthen your neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, maybe opposite elbow on top. So for those of you that go into this posture pretty much every time, right? Like you have healthy knees, healthy ankles, there's a way to get a deeper kneecap and quadricep stretch. When you're ready, you're going to squeeze your tush and lift your hips up so your butt comes off the floor, and then but your knees stay down. And then you feel this nice stretch to the quads and knees. Lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze your glutes, lift your pelvis up, lower down. Last one. Squeeze your buns, lift your hips up. One of my favorite parts of being a yoga teacher is trying to figure out how many ways can I say butt. Change hips down, hands to feet, slowly push yourself up. Very nice. Come to the middle of your mat. You can do a second set of half tortoise, or you can try a wide-legged child's pose. So feet together, open your knees. This time, put your hands on the floor, palms face down. Reach your arms forward, sink forehead to floor. So in half tortoise, the palms are together, the knees are together, and the arms are super active, right? Like you want the elbows off the floor. But in a wide-legged child's pose, the palms face the floor, the knees are apart, and you can let the hands relax down, right? You're still getting that stretch to the lower back and an opening to the hips, but it's not so much about stretching the shoulder blade scapula the way that half tortoise is. Re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good. Put your hands on the floor, walk yourself up, and then lift your hips up. Keep knees apart, feet together. Second set, camel. You can go into your garden variety camel pose, or you can try full camel with me. And I'll walk us through a nice drill if you want to try full camel one day. So the idea is we're going to try to high five the ceiling and then the back wall, basically playing patty cake with the wall behind us. Hands at heart center, drop your head back. Lift your right arm up to the ceiling, palm faces up, high five the ceiling, pull right hand back down, left arm up, palm up, high five the ceiling, left hand back to center, both arms up, push your hands like you're raising the roof, hands back to center, and then we're going to try and go to the back wall. So right hand back, left hand back, both hands back, patty cake, baker's person, and when you're ready, you can go all the way back. And eventually hands to floor, fingers pointing towards toes. Palms on the floor. Full camel, keep coming down. Eventually head to toes. Eventually grab heels. Eventually grab knees. Sky's the limit. When you're ready, if you're in regular camel pose, put your hands on your back, push yourself up. If you're doing full camel, hands back to floor, lock your arms, hands together, squeeze your butt, change. Come on up like you're doing the limbo. Good. Okay. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. You can do a second set of rabbit, or you can join me in some fun shoulder stand plow pose action, which is totally optional. If you would like, sorry, that's like the theme of the day.
If you would like to join me in a plow or a shoulder stand, make sure you have a little bit of space in front of you and some space behind you, because eventually your feet are gonna lift up. Okay, lie on your back, hands to the floor. See if you can wiggle your hands underneath your back, palms face down. Lift your feet up towards the ceiling and just try to rock back and forth, like feeling your hips lift up. And when you've got a good one, you're just gonna keep going. Whee, push your shoulders down. What's a technical term? Whee, and eventually your toes will touch the floor on the other side of your head. Now, if and only if your feet touch the floor, we're gonna go to ear pressure pose. Bend your knees towards ears. And then if you'd like, you can grab your heels and pull down. And now this is an awful lot like rabbit pose, just on your shoulders rather than your shins. If you're in ear pressure pose, bring your hands back down to the floor. Lengthen your legs so your legs are straight. Bend your elbows, put your hands on your lower back, shoulders stand. Lift your feet up to the ceiling. Keep your chin tucked to chest, move your hips forward, lock your legs. So this is called the queen of yoga asanas. You're trapping a lot of prana, life force energy in the throat chakra, chin to chest, like that. If you're in shoulder stand, lower your feet back to the floor behind you, put your hands back on the floor, and slowly roll out. Press your arms into the floor for control as you come out. If you'd like a counter stretch from your shoulder stand, plow pose, bring your hands back underneath you, bend your elbows, drop your head back, fish pose. In Ayurvedic medicine, when you trap that much energy in your throat, you always want to do a counter stretch while you're back bending to release that energy from the throat chakra. Okay, if you're in fish pose, tuck your chin in again, head to floor, bring your arms out, turn around, Savasana. And if you did rabbit pose that entire time, wah, wah, wee, wah, good for you. Take a breath. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat, Janu Sharasana, head to knee pose, right leg out, left leg in. We're gonna go a couple minutes over time. Inhale, reach your arms, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Touch your exactly forehead and knee together, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, soft your stomach in. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up tall. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put forehead and knee together. You can bend your left leg as much as you want to touch knee and head together. Eventually leg locked, eventually leg straight, elbows to floor, belly in. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Eventually, legs straight, stick your butt out some more. Lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch. One day, toes and head touch. Good, change, stay seated, spine twist. Look at your legs, identify which leg is left, which leg is right, don't mix them up. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch right heel to left knee, right arm behind you, excuse me, left arm up and over. I'm gonna grab water, grab your left knee with left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. You know what to do, even if I can't say it. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. My allergies are so bad. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you, grab your left thigh with your right hand for a bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up, make a circle over, grab your right knee with right hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a bind. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around. Savasana, take a breath. You can do second set as you did first set, or I will show some fun variations. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Good, okay, second set, right leg out a little bit wider, left leg in. So now it's an inner thigh stretch rather than a hamstring stretch. Take your left arm long overhead. So now we're stretching the side body rather than rounding the spine. You can have your forearm on your thigh or keep rounding down and eventually flex your toes back and catch your foot with one or both hands. Good, release, left leg out, right leg in. So your legs can be wider in head to knee pose. The legs are 90 degrees. Your leg can be wider. Reach your right arm long overhead, drop the right shoulder down. Option to stay here or keep folding forward, flex your toes back, left rib cage forward, right rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Good, release, keep your left leg long, right leg out, flex your toes back, stick your butt out and start to fold forward. And have your hands on the floor, eventually come down. So just like stretching pose with the feet together, it's a nice flat back, but this time the legs are wide, so we're stretching inner thighs rather than hamstrings. Good, change. Put your hands on the floor, walk yourself back up. 3 options for spine twist. Option 1, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, half lotus, left leg long, put your right foot on top of your left thigh. Option 3, lotus pose, left foot on top of right thigh. Right arm behind you, left hand to right knee. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. Option to stay here or reach your right hand behind you, see if you can touch your right big toe with your right hand for a bind. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good. Unwind, other side, left hand behind you, right hand to left knee. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back. If you're sitting, sorry, I forgot to say, if you're sitting crisscross applesauce, switch it out. And if you're doing half lotus, switch it out. But if you're doing regular lotus pose, in pretty much every lineage of yoga, the right foot is on bottom and the left foot is on top. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change. If you're in lotus pose, bound lotus, take your right hand behind you, catch your right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. So all of like our half Lord of the Fish pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana spine twist that we do at the end of 26 and 2 yoga, our version of standing half lotus, our tree pose, all of those are leading to this moment. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So between like 26 and 2 yoga and some sun salutes, you pretty much have the keys to the kingdom of yoga, right? Like all the different yoga movements that we do in our body, whether it's like opening our shoulders, closing our shoulders, opening, closing our hips, bending, rounding our spine, all of those motions are then 26 and 2 yoga. And then it just kind of like opens up any other practice you want to have or optional variations, which I love. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So in Bikram's 26 and 2 yoga, we do a breathing exercise at the end called Kapalbhati breathing, skull shining breathing. In Bikram's version, you exhale through your mouth. As you pull your belly in, the inhale happens automatic. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we call that Kapalbhati breathing, but in pretty much every other style of yoga, Kapalbhati breathing is through the nose, not the mouth. Some people think that Bikram does it through the mouth because it's a little bit more accessible to brand new people, right? Like if you're in a class and you hear somebody exhaling through the mouth, it's a little bit easier to understand and grasp than through the nose. But in the second set, if you want, you can try exhaling through your nose rapidly. As you pull your abdomen in, you'll feel your throat muscles working a little bit more, your lungs like really deflating and inflating. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. You want to lubricate your throat first. Inhale through your nose and begin. Exhale through your nose quickly. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. I apologize. We went a few minutes over. I will work on that for the next time we meet. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. And take a nice, easy breath. Have you ever had a bread bowl with your soup? Gluten-free and vegan, of course, but right, like you eat the soup, but then the best part is the bread bowl because it's soaked up all the good stuff, right? Final Savasana is the bread bowl. So you discombobulate yourself, you move in all these different ways, especially in this class, we try new things or old things, but in different ways, right? And then you just get to enjoy this bread bowl of Final Savasana. Take an inhale to your nose. Exhale through your nose. Breathe in and slowly empty out.
Be very careful what you tell yourself. Your thoughts are your prayers, and the universe only knows how to say yes.